can't get rid of me. Hey, 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 hey. I run the underground like a fucking marathon. I go to sleep in the hard head to the job done. These niggas only put in work when it seems fun. But to be a boss, you gotta have boss growth some. Why should I stunt hard for a bunch of fronters when most of y'all never seen money? Stevie Wonder, to fix the mesh I made, I'ma need more than a plunger. And
making whole scene is sinking. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Yeah. We back, baby. We coming off an amazing little series, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, listen, say, if you haven't watched the Hey, Good to Meet You series, I implore you to do so, man. It's full of entertainment, humor, realness, perspective, potential outcomes and scenarios, and potential ways of how you should look at conducting yourself and how you could conduct yourself in certain environments with meeting someone's family, man. I really implore whoever may be interested in this type of content, man. That was that was just a new little joint I tried to mess around with. I thought it was entertaining. I myself enjoyed providing that level of entertainment for y'all. We might try to do it again in the nearest future, man. But you know what I mean? Be right back at it, man. Now I'm talking about, for those that don't know, I am your host, Mickey J the Analyst, a.k.a. Don't Let Me.
Cut that bitch off.
And say, man, this is the Gangsta and Gentlemen podcast. This is the place where you gonna get the realness, and we gonna say some things to make you feel this. You understand me? We put it right there in your face.
What?
And sometimes it might make your eyes burn and leak a little like base. Pause. Just understand, if you want the realness, this is the place. We out here. You understand me? We don't pull no punches, and we sure as hell don't allow ourselves to boggle down for feelings, because sometimes certain things need to be said to help you get ahead. And sometimes when you're feeling stagnant, it was because you were misled. And right now, you are in the midst of a master. So let me keep my instead. You understand me? So right now, I need everybody to tune into this one. This one is going to be you understand me? Because we gonna talk about what a lot of y'all like to do in y'all pastime. Gossip. Oh, you gossip song.
relax.
Now, I could be here for a good time, but I ain't gonna be here for a long time today. I'm just gonna see where it goes. So let's throw it on the floor. Just like any other episode, I like to build it. I like to, put myself in a good foundational state. So let's do the same with this episode. Gossip. Gossip is pretty much rumors, talking about somebody on a personal level or on a private level who may have disclosed the information they don't want to get out, or you have intel on information that they didn't see fit to get out. Also, it's implying without actual knowledge of the actual truth, right? Most of the time when people gossip, it's unverified information. A lot of y'all like to give unverified information. And created a pool of carbon copiers who like to do such, which is go out here and talk about things they don't have any business talking about, putting their names on scenarios and people and environments they don't really have the proper information about.
Facts.
This one's for you. Because little do some of y'all know, this gossiping can do more harm than good. Disclaimer. I'm going to talk crazy this episode. Oh, shit! Y'all see how humble I am right now? I'm going to talk crazy this episode. I need y'all to really understand that I don't
give a fuck.
Because sometimes the message doesn't get through unless you say it in a harsh way. And today's that day. So to anybody who potentially has a problem with profanity, accepting reality, and more so comprehending the truth of what certain scenarios and the damage of what gossip does, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, walk away, because I really got some ill things to say. You understand? So I'm going to go ahead and I think that's enough time for you to have made up your mind. So let's go ahead and kick it. Gossipers. Nobody likes them. Let's start there. I mean, nobody likes a gossiper. And this is why. Sometimes when people start gossiping about you, it comes from an external view, right?
Facts.
Most of the time, there's no room to gossip if there's nothing to portray, therefore gossip. Now, I'm going to say a lot of things that a lot of people are going to need to hear, starting with certain things that hit home first. We're going to talk about personal things first, right? We're going to talk about homes. We're going to talk about kids. We're going to talk about relationships. Those are that's where we're going to kick it first, right? Understand this. Let's start with your kids. Right? First of all, if you're a parent, this is what you need to understand as a parent, right? Because as long as that kid or those kids are in school or school bound, you're not safe. You're not safe. We're going to talk about it after the school life thing is over. But you're clear shot at somebody running their mouth and putting your name in the hat or whatever's going on. And this is what I mean. Parents who have kids, understand this. Especially if you have jobs. Especially if you've had to get it out the mud. Especially if you've had to put yourself in a position to overcome the odds. Understand this. People ain't trying to hear nothing when it comes to putting their mouth on your kids' paws.
Come on, man.
And making you seem like you ain't the parent that you trying to be. Before I start all the yelling, before I start all the antics, before I start all the aggression, understand this. If people get one chance to judge you as a parent, and it's not up to the standard that they see fit, they gonna have something to say.
Facts.
Should you care? No. But there should be a level of care to where you should want to care enough to eradicate your name from anybody's mouth negatively. If your kids constantly have hygiene rumors, that's a reflection of you, parents. Your kids' appearance. If your kids don't have proper external appearance, hair, clothes, face, skin, that's a huge reflection of you. The way your kids act out and may have certain behavior situations or issues from time to time, regardless of the discipline that you're giving these kids, it's going to reflect you, parents. And more importantly, the way people see you interact with your kids on a personal level is also going to let people have something in a huge way to say, especially if you're not with the parent of that child.
Message.
Let's break these down. If you're a parent, understand this. I know it get hard. I know it get tough. I know it get, especially if you're a single parent, and that goes for male or female. Understand this, man. Hygiene got to be the number one thing that you take serious for these kids. Because if they're in a school setting, they're going to get judged heavily by other kids, teachers, and other parents. And the moment your kid's name start coming up when it comes to certain things with hygiene, and people start running their mouth, you've put yourself in a situation already. Because now people are going to start looking into you and how your living conditions could be. Right? So, that's just, I don't even want to proud too hard. I just want y'all to understand the level of gossip that you start. Once people start gossiping about your kids and your kids hear that people are saying this about them, you don't understand the position you put your kids in mentally. To have to go to school, have the courage to keep dealing with these mean-ass kids, judgmental-ass teachers and staff, and the environment itself, knowing that it could be true and there's nothing they can do about it. So as a parent, even with the least amount of anything, you got to understand your kids' hygiene and appearance got to at least be average. I get it. If you need help with certain things, it's crazy how some of y'all can go out here and talk all this mess and pop it, and y'all look a certain type of way, but then have all this mess to say about everybody else's kids, and your kids look 10 times worse than everybody else's kids, but you look a certain type of way. You and your kids don't look anything of which you make it seem like y'all life are or is outside of how people are viewing your kids. Long as you look good. It's not a good look. Because once people start gossiping about stuff like that, now they want to know, God forbid, if you're a mom with a son and you're not with the man and people are talking about just you gonna throw all that heat on the dad some type of way. Well, it's not like he got a man in his life, and I'm gonna say this too, man. If you have a fucking son out there, men, if you have a fucking son out there, and your son may not be in the best conditions, especially when it comes to living conditions with the mom, and you know their appearance is off, their hygiene is off, and you've heard people yourself talking about your kid, you a bitch for not wanting to change that situation for something you created. Regardless if you got the bun or not with that child. That's something that you're responsible for. And I'm going to say this shit on behalf of y'all too, ladies. That shit ain't fair. That y'all got to endure all this criticism on the behalf of somebody that you should have assistance with. Not no child support shit. Let's throw that out there. Because a real man shouldn't even have to be on child support. Some of y'all women just play these stupid ass child support games. But I'm not even trying to get... I'm not even going to get drug into that conversation right now. But what I'm saying is... If you have a baby with a man, understand this. Sir, if you wanted that kid or not, and she got you, it's too fucking late. As long as you know that kid is yours. Let's just make sure I say that before I throw the man out there like that. King, make sure that's your kid first before you take on that stress. Because if it ain't, God bless the youngin', and I hope he figure it out. And if you're really a good cat, you just throw to my dukes a little bread or something to tell her to skedaddle and help out the young man because it's not fair to him because she ain't shit at that point. Yeah. Yeah, the gloves off, champ. I don't care. I'm going to say a bunch of shit I want to say, especially on this topic. Understand this. A young man who grows into this world, or a young woman who grows into this world without the guidance of a real man and a real woman helping them understand this is why it's important as this gender to keep your hygiene up to this level makes a big difference when that young man or young woman becomes a fucking grown adult. See, some of y'all seeing some of these kids out here into this trauma bounded because you couldn't look past your own bullshit and all you saw what you could do. And granted, I get it. Hell, I'm doing all I can to provide for my kids, yada yada. That ain't got shit to do with them washing their ass. Let's make that shit very clear. Let me tell you something. Being poor is one thing, not being able to provide is another, and not having anything to assist yourself to put yourself in certain situations to do better is a whole. These are all three different things. But one thing that we must understand, if you got a roof over your head and you got water in there, I don't give a fuck if it's hot or cold, because I come from it, nigga. Shit, it was times that if we didn't have hot water, nigga, and we had to carry something heated, nigga, we were heating up fucking water on that motherfucker to wash our ass. So, respectfully, a person who don't want to clean themselves just isn't a clean person.
Facts.
And that's what you're making somebody become, by making them feel like it's okay to do the bare minimum with their hygiene because they're a child. No. Nasty kids become nasty adults.
Message.
And if people talk about a nasty kid, if that shit doesn't turn around in a certain time limit, why the fuck should they want their kid interacting with your kid on any level, even though it's not their fault, how they were taught? Because it takes a real adult to intervene and try to help a child. But how can you help somebody's child when the parent might have pride or ego issues and don't want to accept the help? You feel attacked when somebody trying to help your kids out because you're not fucking doing it right. And that's not fair to them fucking kids. Because I hear shit, I see shit, and as a fucking man who wish he could, just get it overstood. If I could, I fucking would. One thing I don't believe in is kids suffering because of adults' fucking pride and ego.
Message.
Sometimes the little shit creates monsters in these fucking kids. The bullshit they have to endure it because the life and the family that they were bred into turns these motherfuckers into monsters because nobody wants to take accountability for the little shit like hygiene. Nobody should be 16, 17 years old not really know how to clean or wipe their own ass, bro.
Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that, shit like that.
Oh, that shit doesn't happen. It fucking does. It does. Ray J said it, and I don't even want to put Ray J out there. Ray J said it on a fucking interview publicly. He didn't know how to wipe. He didn't know how to fully clean himself as a young man until some older woman helped him learn how to keep himself clean hygiene-wise a certain way. You look it up. It's documented. It's documented. And he's a celebrity. You get what I'm saying? And that's no shame to him or his family or nobody. It happens. Sometimes you miss the window with being hands-on. That's just hygiene with the kids, though. And the behavior shit plays into that as well, along with the living conditions and the gossip and all this shit. But let's talk about these living conditions. Let's talk about these living conditions. If you're somebody who thought it was cool to keep bringing kids into this fucking world and kept thinking it was cool for you to keep getting free rides by the government to keep not only furnishing a lifestyle for you, but making these kids become poverty kids because you don't want to get out and do fucking better, or live in these fucked up living conditions because you don't want to do any better, because it's easier for you to maintain the lifestyle of doing the bare minimum. Understand this shit. When people start talking about how you as a parent ain't shit, man or woman, the bullshit that your kids probably be on, and some of y'all have a hard time thinking it's your fucking kid for some reason, who can get out here and be on the bullshit. Understand this shit. To everybody who really has to live out the system and understands this shit is a stepping stone. Me personally, I would say some shit a lot of y'all niggas don't like, but I don't give a fuck, because it's like that with me. I don't think nobody should be living out the system for more than 3 to 5 years. Oh shit! That's just me keeping it hot with you, bro. Because if you, and I mean that when it comes to the poverty sentence. Do some of y'all know how much I fuck these kids up by staying in these PJs, these apartments, some of these motherfucking whatever type of environments, hood environments? Do y'all really know the shit that y'all put these kids in? Because the worst thing you can do is make a kid get comfortable and normalize being underprivileged. Nah, I came to fucking talk tonight. The worst fucking thing you can do is normalize poor and fucking broke.
Message.
Especially making the kid feel this is how every day could be, and this is how life could be. You don't know nothing outside of these parameters of this hood. And when you do go outside of it, you don't know how to fucking act. See, when people start gossiping about certain shit, some shit should be a wake-up fucking call to the parent. And before I continue, yes, parents, a lot of this shit reflects us. It reflects us. Is it fair? No. But is it our place to take accountability? Absolutely. Because if you really need that assistance and you living in these poverty areas, I don't mean no fucking disrespect. I don't mean no disrespect. But I don't really think people should be living and dying in these fucking environments, and it's looked at as okay.
Message.
Because all you doing is allowing generations to keep breeding and making this feel like this is home, when home should have been something outside of it that you can just come back and have fun in and out of. Never say fuck the people in those environments, but that shouldn't be your fucking forever place. There's no way in the hell that you should get that comfortable in these low poverty environments when there's so much opportunity to do better. And all you got to do is try.
Message.
I'm coming at y'all from a place of fucking care tonight. Because when people start talking shit about how you living, how can you be mad at them when, even though they ain't got no business running their fucking mouth, it's some real shit. You can't pop it to a nigga who got their own crib, own car outside of these poverty environments and make it seem like they the lame ass nigga or the fuck nigga or the lame ass bitch or the hoe ass bitch. Like, no, you can't do that. It don't work like that. Because this is somebody who went out here and took a real chance of trying to be something else outside of what's going on here. And the fucked up part about those environments is when I say it breeds monsters, you see all the backstabbing, you see all the betraying. Granted, it's a lot of love in the fucking hood. We all know that shit. But there's just as many fucking snakes in it.
Message.
And let me tell you something. You can't make a snake a forever pet. Because what is a snake going to be at the end of the day? So it's in some people's habit and nature to bite you, nigga. Pause. It's in some people's natures to do the grimy shit because this is how they've seen There are people that they love get ahead and live life and maintain stability and be comfortably cool with it without having the conscience of this shit ain't right.
Message.
So when people talking about you, your family, and all this shit, you've been categorized. And that's because nobody wants to be a chain breaker. It's not fucking cool. It's not fucking cool, bro. Another thing. Relationships. Relationship-wise, y'all got to start understanding this shit. When you get with some fucking body, stop falling in love in a goddamn 2 weeks, a month, 3 months. Know who the fuck you in love with. Or saying you in love with. You got to start looking at these motherfucking people's backgrounds. Who these people are tied to. Who these people have been in relationships with. What are people saying about this motherfucker? Because it's no way in the fuck you should be out here with somebody oblivious to all the shit everybody's saying about this motherfucker. And now you the new dummy. You the new dumbass. You the new finesse. You the new motherfucker that is the get over until they find their next victim. Everything ain't fucking gossip when everybody talking about your significant other, people. Just throw that out there. Everything ain't hate. Everything ain't slander. Some of this shit, when people are talking about the person that you may be currently dealing with, comes from a current active state of what other motherfuckers have saw, witnessed, or potentially been in the environment of as it was fucking happening. You was just the only motherfucker who didn't know and don't want to accept it. Because you so fucking in love, you're blind.
Oh shit!
It's just like these shades. You hear me? Your eyes is covered. You can't see it. You're so far in, you so deep in, you can't see exactly the intent of who the fuck you loving. Let me tell you the hardest shit I had to realize, bro. Certain people in my past that I may have dealt with, I do my homework, I do my due diligence, I ask around, because I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. I be wanting to hear the worst shit ever. I always want to hear how many bodies this motherfucker may have had. Understand the potential promiscuity level, so I can already know how I can play it. I be wanting to know the living conditions of this motherfucker. Has anybody said anything about this person's hygiene? Playing off what I just talked about. Parents have to be mindful of, because these are the motherfuckers that grow up and have to become somebody else's significant other at some point. Just throwing it out there for people who may have got lost to what the fuck was going on. So as a grown person, this is still somebody's child. So now I'm trying to see where she come from. Right? Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm building this shit in tears. So now I need your ears. You understand me?
Shit like that.
So right now, understand this shit. If I'm doing all this, I could be kicking shit with you, playing the love card and all that shit the whole time. I'm just trying to hear if you a hoe. I'm just trying to hear if you somebody who keep a big roster. I'm just trying to hear if you somebody that get off on trying to get somebody who got a name and might have a little money and might have a little motion. If I'm getting what I want out of the situation, we playing ball. We playing ball until I get final fucking documentation on the verdict of what you are. Whole time I'm listening. Whole time I'm waiting. Whole time I want to hear the most gruesome shit about you. So what happens when that never happens, right? That means that you can actually start trying to trust this motherfucker. Now, if you ever say you love this motherfucker, you can say it with a eased and pleasant conscience of understanding. Okay, I might have one. That goes for man or woman. That goes for man or woman. Because let me tell you some G shit. You can't go out here telling everybody who you deal with off the bat, right? That's a no-no, right? That's just keeping it P. You can't go out here telling everybody exactly who you deal with, putting your business out there, because all of a sudden everybody gonna try to present you with all this bullshit. I get it. But this is what y'all got to understand as well, man. You can't keep hiding it. Because the person that you could be hiding shit from is your goddamn self.
Message.
You could be hiding it from your motherfucking self, the truth of what the fuck you dealing with. We talked about some G shit these last couple episodes. And like I said prior, motherfuckers will give you their representative as long as they need to until they get what they need to get and make you believe they are who they portray themselves to be. To get it. Do your fucking homework. So when people gossiping about you, your living condition, your potential significant other, understand this shit. If it ever is true what people gossiping about, it's gonna hurt your motherfucking feelings. Because let me tell y'all some real shit. Let's say you've been in a lengthy relationship, and you and your significant other got. I'm gonna show you the power of gossiping right now. Right now. This just it. I'm gonna show you the power of fucking gossiping. Ma'am or sir, king or queen, listen at me fucking good. This is the power of gossiping. And I'm just 100% look gangster shit on in this episode. Let's say you've been in a significantly long relationship with your, you know what I mean, your man or your woman, right? Y'all done been through y'all shit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all done, you know what I mean, had y'all arguments. Y'all done broke up, got back together, all this shit, you know. And all of this shit is just secret shit that y'all kept amongst yourselves. See, when it's a real relationship, nobody never really knows what's going on unless you start doing subliminal shit like making statuses or looking a certain type of way, and people aren't used to seeing you like that, or going out more and people seeing you more. Stay with me. Let's say you or your significant other cheats.
Oh, son of a bitch!
You or your significant other cheats, right? Now, as fucked up and as mad as you are, nobody knows about the scenario. The person they cheated with, they keep it in P. Ain't nobody under this humiliation shit. What's the ratio that you stay with this person if nobody fucking knows and you can work through it in silence, right? You probably gonna go your motherfucking ass back. As mad as you are, as disappointed as you are, as angry as you fucking are, as enraged as you are, you probably gonna go back because you got so much time and history invested, right? And you really love this person. This person is truly became not just your significant other, but your friend. Aww. Right? Let's flip it. This person cheats. And everybody finds out. Not only does everybody find out, everybody's judging the actions of your significant other and counting down the actions of yourself. How's that scenario go? Because I'm gonna tell y'all some gangster shit, right? The realest shit you can do in that moment is be honest to yourself. Just like how nobody knew in private. If you really love a motherfucker, some shit you just can't walk away from that easy.
Facts.
See, it's easy for everybody else to tell you what the right thing to do, but a lot of motherfuckers never had exactly what you have in some scenarios.
Shit like that.
So when gossip kicks in,
Shit like that.
let me ask you some real shit. Do you still protect this person publicly and work through it? Or do you throw it all away and you let the scenario go, you let the relationship go because you don't want to be looked at as weak. You don't want to be judged as somebody who somebody can walk over. You don't want to look like somebody who needs to be with somebody.
Yo, this guy has no chill, man.
Let me tell you some gangster shit, man. We've all been cheated on. We've all fucking cheated at some point. Most of us. Right? Just keeping it square. So, what's been easier for you when your significant other found out, if they found out? You understand? How did that work? See, when people find out your business, it affects moving forward comfortably. Come on now, somebody. I say, it affects moving forward comfortably. You know you don't want to leave this person, and you can look past the situation. She just got caught up in the moment. He just got caught up in the moment. There was no feelings attached. I get it. That's what you got to make yourself understand. Make yourself believe. But understand this shit. Moving forward comes with a lot of this. When people know. Because now when you're around people that know the situation, you constantly feel like you're being judged.
Facts.
You constantly feel like you're being watched as a couple. You constantly feel like motherfuckers is out here low-key, under the table, ha-ha and kikiing at you. That's you, sir or ma'am. See, gossiping can destroy great relationships, great friendships, and more importantly, it can destroy families. I say, man, we didn't talk about that shit on there, so I didn't want to do this shit. I honestly did. I'm out, man. I'm out.